Daniel Dubois' face and he never got up. Daniel Dubois quit in the Usyk fight. Let's be honest, guys. Daniel Dubois quit in the Usyk fight. AJ's putting his hands on his fucking face thinking, mate, that's the toughest fight Usyk gave. Someone who quit. AJ doesn't want to hear this nonsense.
What was going on with the referee, but it's irrelevant. He's got over that. He's done that. He's now shown what he's all about. He's only, you're 26 now.
Yeah.
Frank Warren feels a bit awkward now. Frank Warren wants to start a convo with AJ. He speaks to Daniel Dubois, how old are you, 26 now? Watch Frank Warren tries to talk to AJ. AJ doesn't like Frank Warren and it's evident here, guys. Let me show you this. He goes, how are you to Frank Warren? He goes, 26. Watch this.
26 years of age. That's a baby for heavyweight.
Baby.
I'm not sure. How old are you now, AJ? What you?
How old are you now, AJ? Watch this.
24.
AJ takes that piss and goes, I'm 24. Watch what Frank Warren gets taken by surprise.
Stone.
24 stone.
You're now about 35?
34.
34. So
Yeah, AJ just about reluctantly says, yeah, I'm 34. So this is, in my opinion, AJ thinks they're chatting shit, especially Frank Warren. AJ doesn't buy into what Frank Warren's saying. He's laughing inside. He's not showing it, but he's like, mate, you're chatting nonsense.
you know, there's 8 years difference in their ages. He's a young man compared with AJ's done, and AJ's done a lot in his career, and he's come back, and as I say, he's on a brilliant run of 4 fights. But he is hungry. He can fight. I've never had any doubt.
One thing I say about Daniel Dubois, he looks like I don't want to say gullible, but like the guy's 26 years old. 26 is quite young still. He's acting like I don't know, man. It's just Daniel Dubois' demeanor. It looks like a lot like a kid, guys. Like, he's got good morals, raised right. He's got a good dad, good family, but just looks a little bit gullible. Like, Frank Warren has to do a lot of Daniel Dubois talking. It's like a child, guys. But let me carry on.
And his
I'm
ability.
not saying the guy's not dangerous. He's like a big softy guy, but the guy can whack, guys. Let's be honest. Don't get that mistaken for not Daniel Dubois being on it when it's time to fight. I'm just saying his demeanor is a little bit like a gullible kind of thing.
He can jab, he can punch, he's got good movement. He's fast.
So Daniel Dubois takes a look over at AJ. AJ is like,
The only thing about it is in his head. And his last 2 fights, he's shown what he's got.
So Frank Warren there is basically saying the only issue Daniel Dubois has to deal with is Daniel Dubois' head. So, but let's be honest, both these guys, AJ and Daniel Dubois, both of these guys, in my opinion, have issues mentally, guys. Daniel Dubois seems like when he quits, he quits mentally. AJ, whenever he's lost, he had a mental breakdown with Usyk. Both these guys have got mental issues to another level. Even Tyson Fury's got his own mental issues. The only guy I'd say hasn't really got mental issues is Usyk. Usyk's mental issues is he's just a crazy type of guy. He's just a bit tapped. But both these guys are mentally vulnerable, you could say. Now, they've both been through some stuff. Frank Warren's just basically laying out that Daniel Dubois' only biggest hurdle is his own head. His own head stops him from winning. Daniel Dubois has a good mindset like he's had recently. He's John Charles in his corner. Daniel Dubois piping up a lot. Daniel Dubois got a lot of confidence. Before the Gerald Miller fight, he said to Gerald Miller, every baby has a daddy and I'm your daddy. Obviously, someone gave him the line to say that. Daniel Dubois is not smart enough to obviously think of something like that. But what I mean is he's talking a bit, he's trying to be brash, and his confidence is building, guys, and you'll see it in here as well.
Deep, and he has dug deep. And he's pulled it out of the bag and done it in great style. And that's why we're sitting here today, because he'd done it. No question mark about it. He'd done it against world-class fighters. So it's now on to the next chapter of his career. In that chapter of his career, can he defend this belt? I believe he can, against a very, very good fighter in a very competitive fight. But he has all the tools to win that fight.
It's a big jump though, isn't it, Eddie? I mean, the wins are fantastic, Jarrell Miller, Hrgovic, but this is an AJ fight. This is Wembley Stadium. This is, as you said, up to 100,000 people in there. AJ's done that walk a few times before, and we've seen him be successful in that walk. We haven't yet seen it with Daniel. Doesn't mean he can't do it, but we haven't yet seen it. Do you think he's ready for it?
He's fought in big stadiums, on big shows.
Not as the main act, though, with a win.
Listen, a ring's a ring.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, a ring...
Daniel Dubois has to jump in here. They go, look, AJ's done it on the big stage. Like, he hasn't done it on a big stage. Frank Warren goes, a ring's a ring. Daniel Dubois jumps in, goes, yeah.
Heavyweights, man.
There ain't
I'm
100,000
fighting
people.
real heavyweights, mate. He goes to Adelaide, I'm fighting real heavyweights, mate. Smiles at Adelaide, looks at Eddie Hearn.
In that ring. There's two of them and a referee, and that's it.
Yeah, I actually disagree with you, Eddie, because I think he did. He went to Poland, boxed Usyk. I mean, I disagree with Frank. I don't think he gave him his toughest fight, but there was a bit of controversy there, and I think we'll see. I mean, Hrgović was a feared fighter, and people will look at that and say, well, he was out of shape, he had no pop in his shots, but everyone looks to do that. They like to diminish a win, but it was a big win, and it was the win that got him here. This guy's on a completely different level to the Hrgović you saw on June 1st, but he's young. He's miles away from his prime, probably, because I think the big heavyweights get into their prime in their early 30s. I mean, he's in his absolute prime.
So Eddie Hearn there, interesting, saying obviously Daniel Dubois still miles away from his prime. He believes that the heavyweights get into their prime in the mid-30s. Points at AJ, goes that AJ's in his prime. It's probably right, guys. A lot of fighters do get in their prime in their 30s, guys, in their early mid-30s. And AJ is at that age now. Obviously, he's coming towards the end of his career as well. But usually, guys, the top heavyweights, they do have some sort of run. If you look at like Lennox Lewis, this and that, they learn from it, and they can definitely be at their best in the mid-30s, like David Haye, and there's loads of examples. So he's basically saying Dubois is a good fighter. He's young, but he's not in his prime. You're versing the prime AJ. So let's carry on.
Best he's ever been, unquestionably. I think Daniel can maybe get better. Maybe he's reached his ceiling. But when you get out there in front of 100,000, I mean, Frank talked about the right hands that he took. If he took one of them, there's a real problem. And he took 30 of them. And he showed great chin.
Look at this, guys. He goes, oh, look at their faces, guys. Daniel Dubois bites his lip. You got fucking Frank Warren looking at Eddie Hearn with a nasty fucking face, saying, mate, there's a problem with the right hands. If you take one of them, is what it is, but you took 30 of them. One of them is a problem. You took 30 of them. And just look at their faces, guys. They're not too impressed. Now watch what Daniel Dubois says.
Oh, but not against...
Would AJ take them shots?
Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. Daniel Dubois takes a little peep over to AJ, then whispers, would AJ take those shots? Now look at AJ's fucking face. And watch how long AJ stares over to Dubois. AJ is now sharking Dubois down. Like, what are you trying to say? He questioned AJ right there in a smug way. Those punches that Hrgović landed on Dubois over and over and over and over again, Dubois has now stuck it on AJ. And he said, would AJ take those shots? So he's implying, when I hit you in that ring 30 times, I don't know if Dubois is going to be able to. Is AJ going to be able to take those shots? Let's see this.
So, I mean, Hrgović took him fine. So, you never really hurt Hrgović.
He goes, yep, Hrgović took him fine, so of course AJ will. And then both of these two guys smile at each other and have a little smug laugh at themselves. So you can clearly see here, guys, Daniel Dubois, Frank Warren have got a good relationship. They have laughs and jokes. Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are very close. They have laugh and jokes. So there is like inside jokes between both guys. This is good to see.
You got
look at this fucking face, guys. AJ is giving Daniel Dubois the side eye, the disgusting look. Now these are the things I believe, guys, that led up to obviously the end, guys, of this breakdown, which you've probably seen the video on my channel before, but I'm going to break it down again. This is starting to agitate AJ, guys, because Dubois is starting to say sly stuff to AJ, sly comments, just little bit at a time. He's just prodding. AJ's gone into a fucking Wolverine mode right now, and he's sharking Dubois down. He's trying to press AJ's buttons. AJ's pissed with that comment. You can just tell by his face.
But you showed a great chin.
He was on the way out.
Yeah, no, he was. But he also took the kitchen sink off you, and you took the kitchen sink off him, which was very impressive. And I give you incredible respect from that.
And the fridge.
You don't even have to take the kitchen sink off him. You just have to take a little, cocktail spoon.
All right, I'm not fighting you, Eddie. So,
yeah. Well, thank God for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Dubois, guys, Dubois now is like, This is confidence I see from Dubois, in my opinion. Eddie Hearn's obviously trying to back his fight, AJ. He goes, you took the fucking kitchen sink off Fergovich. You took the fucking fridge. He goes, you took a lot. It's good that you took it because you don't need to take that much from AJ. You just need to take a small cocktail. You just need to take a little cocktail. And Dubois goes to Eddie Hearn. Okay, Eddie Hearn, I'm not fighting you. I'm fighting AJ. AJ just continues to shock Daniel Dubois down.
Thank God for that. But no, you
Just look at AJ.
You deserve your shot. You deserve
Eddie Hearn goes, you deserve your shot.
your shot, and you're world heavyweight. And I love that you're world heavyweight champion. I love it.
This is Eddie Hearn being typical Eddie Hearn. I love it. I love it. Give Eddie Hearn a pen, guys. I guarantee you Eddie Hearn can sell a pen. Give Eddie Hearn a paperclip. This guy will sell a paperclip. I'm telling you, Eddie Hearn is a salesman. The guy can sell shit.
Because I hate whenever AJ wins a belt, oh, he won a vacant title, this and that. He gets to dethrone you. That's the beautiful thing about it, you know? And
He gets to dethrone you.
great, you dethrone the champion, and you know, I think you got our attention, you got the world's attention. Well done. Well done. Now we'll see.
Eddie Hearn goes, you got the world's attention. Now we'll see. Now we'll see.
Do you think
No,
we
we finished
stuff
them.
up, AJ?
I don't know what the boss said there. He said, no, we finished that. And now AJ gets involved, guys. This is where AJ gives his analytical mind. Notice how AJ was sitting back, holding his thoughts behind. Now watch how business-like and macho, straight to the point AJ is with his points here. It's like he's giving a... You know, when you're in a business meeting, you're going to say to the people, this is our sales, this is our analytics, and this is our targets. AJ knows his numbers. AJ's already crunched these numbers. What I mean by that is, guys, AJ knows when he hits the ball on the chin, what most likely the result's going to be. A lot of people would say a knockout. So this is AJ talking from an analytical mindset. He goes, I've studied AJ. I've studied Dubois. I've researched him. The same way AJ said he researched Francis Ngannou. You got to be careful when AJ's in this mode. So let me play it here.
Yeah. I told these two at the fight, I said the bar would beat Ergovic.
Yeah, we were sitting next to each other.
With all due respect, you don't underestimate anyone, but I know boxing very well. All this stuff that we talk about, I study Daniel, and I look at some of the things that he says, his characteristics, his boxing talent, you know.
Look how AJ's giving a fucking speech. Frank Warren's in shock and all. Basically, let's be honest, Frank Warren's got a hard on right now. His face is, oh. Frank Warren is having a hard on under the table. Daniel Dubois doesn't know what day he is. Like, he's like, okay, what are you on about? Daniel Dubois is not really too interested in what AJ's got to say, but Frank Warren is having a hard on right now while AJ spits his analytical facts.
His upbringing and so on. All of it's irrelevant. Is he ready? Everything I tell you now is irrelevant. He will see September 21st.
So that's the first sign, guys, of AJ's arrogance towards Dubois. Now, again, I'm not saying arrogance, but he pointed at Dubois, guys, with a finger like that. He goes, he will see on the 21st of September. Now, the way he pointed at him, guys, it's people take pointing disrespectfully. He goes, he will see on the 21st of September. So AJ's pissed off right now. That little comment that Dubois gave earlier, AJ's not saying much, but I do feel at this point where, I don't want to say AJ feels threatened, but he does see Dubois as a... No, let's be straight. He does see Dubois as a threat, which is a good thing. But he sees Dubois more of a threat than Francis Ngannou and more of a threat than his last opponents. He does feel that Dubois is going to give him a challenge. So, in my opinion, that's the reason he is now showing that aggression back, because Dubois had his talk. He said his things. AJ is just letting him know that, yeah, you will see on the day. And he just pointed straight at him. So, look what Dubois says back.
You ready? No, you will see.
Geese in the middle goes, are you ready? And then AJ goes, you have to ask him. Daniel Dubois, before he even finished the question, it looks at AJ with a firm face, guys. This is either, look, people are going to say, this is either Daniel Dubois delusional, piping up, trying to act a certain way, but he's going to get battered on the day, or Daniel Dubois has found his own now. Daniel Dubois' confidence come in, and he's looked at AJ in his face. I don't know who's told Daniel Dubois to act like this, whether it's Don Charles, whether it's Dad. Guess what? He just goes, no, you will see. He says to AJ, no, you will see. Now watch this.
I'm asking you.
And then AJ goes, I'm asking you. And Dubois goes, you will see.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
How does it feel
So AJ tries to play it off in a smiley way.
to be heavy?
Look at the smiley way. He goes, no, you will see. He goes, you pointing at me disrespectfully. So there's tension here, guys. They're trying to keep it like